Good morning and welcome to the Chamber of Commerce's first quarter Connections event featuring Carol Harris with the Mississippi Development Authority. My name is Tracy Yanez and I'm the director of the Gulfport Chamber of Commerce. If this is your first time attending one of our events, I want to welcome you and ask you to consider joining the Chamber. The benefits are endless, and as they say, when you invest in yourself, you can never go wrong there. More information on benefits can be found on our website at mscoastchamber.com. I would love to thank our generous sponsors today, our Connection Series sponsors. And first off is Hancock Whitney. And today we have Miss Tamara Wire with us. She's the Senior VP at Hancock Whitney of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Director. Good morning, Tamara.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me, Tracy.
Thanks for being here. Did you want to share a few words?
Of course. So Hancock Whitney is proud to sponsor the Gulf Coast Chamber Connection Series. You know, we have been headquartered in Gulfport for over 100 years, and we remain committed to serving, our friends and our neighbors in our hometown. It really inspires us to see the great work that the Gulfport Chamber and the Collective Coast Chamber are doing to just progress our communities. At Hancock Whitney, it is truly our mission to help people reach their financial goals and their dreams. And as the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, I am really focused on, advancing diversity, promoting equity, and fostering an environment of inclusion and belonging in our workforce. So we recognize that diversity really makes us just a stronger company. And at Hancock Whitney, we champion a culture of inclusion and belonging that supports our associates to really discover and achieve their goals and their dreams. So again, thank you, Tracy, for having me.
Thank you. Again, Hancock Whitney is a wonderful partner with the Chamber. We appreciate everything you do, not only as a Chamber member, but just in our communities. And so before I move on to our first responder sponsorship and recognizing our first responders, I want to introduce my boss and our CEO of the Mississippi Coast Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Adele Lyons. Good morning, Adele.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the Connections today. Gulfport Chamber really has a very robust program of work, and their Connections have been a really strong program. And so we're happy today to hear more about minority businesses and the program that MDA has. As someone who's worked in small business development and entrepreneurship development for really a long time, over the years from the beginning of my career, I heard Georgia Story was on the call. She'll know what I'm talking about. Back when we worked at the Small Business Development Center, it was really, just so interesting to see how these businesses can grow and prosper with the resources that are offered in our community. Thank you to Hancock Bank. Hancock Whitney's always been such a great sponsor and supporter of the Chamber and so many things. We've got so many members of Hancock Whitney that are leadership roles with the Chamber, and we really appreciate them just stepping up over and over again. So good morning, stay warm, and let's learn something today.
Great. Now I'm going to, each quarter we recognize our first responders, and we have a word. We're thankful to have Singing River Health Systems as that sponsor of that to help us recognize them. And I'm going to share that with you.
On behalf of Singing River Health System, I want to say a big, giant thank you to all first responders. You may not know this, but the mission of Singing River Health System is to improve health and save lives. But we could not do what we do without all of you guys who are out there every day putting your own life on the line to help improve and save the lives of other people. So thanks for being selfless, and thanks for putting other people first. Thanks for doing what you do, and thanks for being Singing River Strong.
Thank you again, Singing River. we were happy to have them, members of the team with us at the presentation of those awards. In normal circumstances, we would be meeting and having a warm breakfast right now, and we'd be seeing each other's smiling faces, and we present those awards to those first responders in front of their family member and each of you. But we did that earlier this week at a city council meeting and stay safe, social distance. And so, but I do want to just, recognize them as their names. Those awards went to Lead Firefighter William Billy Patrick of the U.S. Naval Personnel Quarterly Award, Ryan McDaniel, Medical Responder of the Quarter, Firefighter Scott Bertram of the Gulfport Firefighter of the Quarter, and Detective Jerry Birmingham of the Gulfport Police Officer of the Quarter. And we're just so grateful for all that they do for us day in and day out. So now we're going to move to our featured speaker. As Director of the Minority and Small Business Development Division at Mississippi Development Authority, Carol Harris leads the division advocating on behalf of minority and women-owned businesses and promoting the participation of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in statewide economy by helping to build capacity and gain access to both public and private economic opportunities. Carol is certified by the Association of Procurement Technical Assistance Centers as a certified contracting assistant specialist and a member of the National Contract Management Association. Carol is a native of Brandon. She's a graduate of the University of Southern Mississippi, receiving her Bachelor of Science in Political Science, and of Jackson State University with a Master of Public Policy and Administration degree with a concentration in public administration. Thank you for being here, Carol. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the invite. I'm so excited about what you guys are doing, as well as hearing more about what's to come. Let me just say very early on in the presentation, congratulations to all of the awardees. And of course, our first responders. We can't say enough about our first responders. I think everyone over the last year for certain has a renewed gratification for our first responders. And I just like to express my appreciation as well. So I think that's a wonderful thing that the Chamber has done in recognizing the first responders. It's just so important. I don't know what we would do without them. Thank you, Tracy. And I'm going to get started, and I don't want to prolong. I have quite a bit of information to share, but I don't want to hold up the business of the Chamber and what you all have today. But we're excited about the opportunity to work with you all and to partner with you. And on behalf of the governor of the state of Mississippi, Governor Tate Reeves, and our executive director, John Rounsonville, I bring you greetings on their behalf. And like Tracy said, I am the director of Minority and Small Business Development Division with the Mississippi Development Authority. And I'm sure that you all are familiar with the Mississippi Development Authority, from everything from our trade industry to our tourism, to bring in large industries into the state of Mississippi. What we are concerned about is creating an economy that is conducive to a greater living environment for all Mississippians. And one way that we do that is by creating jobs. I am going to attempt to share my screen here, and I do have a presentation. So let's see. Okay. And of course, again, Minority and Small Business Development Division is tasked with developing and planning, implementing our programs and services that create a better opportunity for our minority and small businesses to participate The focus originally, of course, was on public and private contracts, but of course we provide assistance on commercial contracts and contracts between B2B, that's business to business as well. So just a few facts. Did you know that there are over 262,000 small businesses in the state of Mississippi? That equates to about over 99% of all businesses in the state of Mississippi. And of course, when you think of Mississippi Development Authority, you think of the large industries, from the Continental Tires to the Nissans, the Toyotas. And we've all heard it said that small businesses are the backbone of our economy, and that is most definitely true in the state as well. So these numbers come from the SBA business profile. They do a estimate of businesses every year. So as of 2020, they estimated about over 262,000 small businesses in the state of Mississippi. So these small businesses, of course, employ over 400,000 employees, which equates to about half of all employees work for small businesses in the state of Mississippi. And the census was just completed just at the end of last year, October 2020. However, the estimates of the U.S. Census, which the figures, the final figures for the census has not been completed. But in calculating that information, they have done some estimates. And the estimates are showing that there are 1.1 million employer firms that are owned by women-owned businesses. And then there are over 1 million businesses owned by minorities. Now, of course, another disclaimer, these are just estimates with the information that the U.S. Census has received so far. So again, this was just a chart. It just shows on that estimate, it's about 1 million minority-owned businesses, 1.1 million women-owned businesses, and Hispanic businesses over 300,000, and our veteran-owned businesses over 350,000. And this 350,000 in veteran-owned businesses has grown, so it's interesting there, as well as the rate of minority and women-owned business growth in the country. Just some more did you know figures. Based on the profile for SBA profile, of course, I said that there were over 262,000 small businesses in the state, but they have also calculated that there are over 34,000 self-employed minority businesses. So how that's calculated is that self-employed is just that you're working for yourselves, but then there's another total that equates to about 74,000, including this self-employed, of total minority businesses in the state. But these figures are not current figures, but those are just estimates. And hopefully with the census, we will get a better idea of how many businesses there are in the state of Mississippi. The information also noted that the highest rate of small minority businesses was, of course, in the central area, which is the Jackson metro area, as well as in the Hancock and Harrison County areas and the DeSoto County areas. So that's an interesting fact. With minority and women-owned business, African-American businesses grew 400%, in the last 3 years, actually. So with that, there was a pleasant surprise of the growth, this growth being fueled by women-owned businesses, which were growing rapidly with African-American women-owned businesses. So the report indicated that 27% of small businesses are women, and there was an increase of 35% in African-American women-owned businesses over the last 3 years. However, and of course, many of you all know, if you are a small business owner, that there are many barriers that face our businesses, both small businesses as well as majority small businesses as well as minority business. And these businesses face the same challenges, from finding employees, growing sales, managing their overhead. However, the most challenging and particular hard to come by is the financing. Financing, of course, the study showed that minority businesses are forced to leverage more of their own cash in running their businesses, which kind of sets them on a track, a difficult track to succeed. So the information that has been studied says that African American businesses owned by women report $24,000 per firm versus $142,000 among all other women-owned businesses. So there's a great gap in financing and available cash for minority-owned businesses. Now, we're happy to say that, of course, what we're doing is we're successfully succeeding in assisting those businesses, and just a few things. But before I go over that, I did read an article regarding the entrepreneurial spirit during the COVID-19. And it said that despite the risk of opening a business during the pandemic, the new data, which came from the U.S. Census Bureau, shows that there was an increase of 73% from year to year in just 1 year, beginning 2020 to January 2021. There were over 400,000 businesses that were business applications that were submitted. Now, interestingly enough, the South was 84% of that whole total, making that over 200,000 new business applications in the region in January of this year. I know I can't verify this information, but it did say it came from the Census Bureau. So, but the interesting fact is that Mississippi had the most and the highest percent increase of business applications. And that number is staggering. It states it was 164% with over 6,000 new applications in January. So if you can say one thing about the entrepreneurial spirit, is that Mississippi has an overwhelmingly entrepreneurial spirit. And we're continuing to do things that increase our income for the state of Mississippi and our economic development for the state of Mississippi. So just a few of those things that that if people are interested in branching out and starting their own business, among a few virtually based businesses that were started was the digital marketing business, the app development business, fitness and wellness services, as well as box subscription services. I don't know if any of you all are familiar with the box subscription services, but those are like those boxes you can buy with the meals prepared as well as clothing prepared. I saw some decorating kits prepared, so things like that, where you send that box out to individuals, but they subscribe to having one either once a month or however so often. So now back to the Mississippi Development Authority and what we're doing. I'm proud to say that we have over 400 certified minority and women-owned businesses in our database. We have last year, we loaned out over $500,000 in minority loans to assist our businesses with capacity building, as well as access to capital, as well as just funding they needed to get their business up and going. We had over $900 million in assistance, where we assisted our clients with procuring opportunities. That's both federal, state, and local. And we've touched and talked to over 700,000 people for, not over 700,000, but over 7,000 people last year. That dollar figure for contracts and assistance created and retained over 5,000 jobs. So sponsored events have been virtually, and beginning of 2020, we had a few that were in person, but most of our stuff is like it is now. So we've had over 20 sponsored events that we've communicated with our client base, and we've provided over 2,500 hours in technical assistance and counseling. Some of our partners that we are extremely proud and glad to work with include, of course, the U.S. Small Business Administration, our SBDC centers, our PTACs, several minority contractors, associations, women's centers, as well as our corporate sponsors, Entergy and Irby. And you'll see a list there. So, getting to our core functions of what we do as far as in our division is, our core functions include, well, let me say this. Everything we do in the division is predicated on two things, and that is growing capacity building, as well as access to opportunities. And so how do we do that? We do that through our certification program, through our financial resources, as an advocate for minority and women-owned businesses, and through our technical assistance. So we have two divisions. One is our Business Development Bureau, and then we have our Procurement Bureau. So within these core functions are our basic 5 initiatives, which is, of course, as I mentioned, certification, which is simply our vetting process, and our participation initiative, trying to increase participation among minority and women-owned businesses with our state procurement agents, our state procurement offices, as well as bonding. We're trying to increase our bonding program through our model contract development program. I'll talk a little bit about that a little later on. And of course, our government procurement, which is our PTAC program. A lot of you all may be familiar with our PTAC program. There is a office in the Biloxi, Harrison County area. So, and our access to capital, which includes our 2 loan programs, as well as our capital access contract loan program and our funding program. So our first core is our certification. Of course, you all are familiar with our certification program. We certify minority and women-owned businesses. If you are interested in becoming certified, please do contact our office. Everything is online and you can complete an application online. So once you're certified, you are eligible to apply for our minority loan programs as well as our surety bond programs. Now, we do offer reciprocal agreements with SBA, the DBE program, as well as our National Women's Owned Business Program and National Minority Supplier Council. You must be a resident of the state of Mississippi, and there are threshold requirements. So should I apply? If you are 51% owned, you're a resident of the state, you meet the threshold requirements of not exceeding $500,000, and you are a for-profit business, you are eligible to apply. And then there are documents that you will need, which are based on how you register your business. But all of this information, of course, is online. You can submit all of the documentations that are included in the application process. You can upload them, complete the application, as well as upload the documents into our secure network online. And as I mentioned, once you're certified, then you're eligible to apply for a minority loan program. We have two minority loan programs per se, which is our micro loan, which goes up to $35,000, our enterprise loan, which goes up to $250,000. It has to have a 50% financing backing by a traditional lender for a project up to $500,000. So, of course, these funds can be used for working capital, for inventory, and for fixed assets. And our Mississippi Capital Access Program, you do not have to be certified. If you have a contract with a state agency and you're needing some working capital to continue that contract, then you can get up to $75,000 or 75% of the contract. It's zero interest. It's a great opportunity to ensure that a small business can perform and continue to complete the contract. Now, there is a co-sign where you sign that check over to the agency. They give you the money up front. We give you the money up front. And then once that contract is complete, that check goes to the agency, and then the agency cuts your final payment. Working with our planning and development districts all over the state of Mississippi, they are the administrators of our loan program. One of our signature programs, some of you all may have participated in, at least I hope so, is our model contractor program. So what we've done is we've changed and we've combined it into a 3-phase academy. And that academy includes first our phase 1, which is our model contractor program, which we've derived from the Surety and Fidelity Association, and created an 8-week module. And it goes from module 1, which is business planning, all the way down to marketing, estimating, and bidding, project management, as well as managing growth and success. And what we're trying to do is just provide the basic business infrastructure for our small businesses and contracting firms. Now, the program was originally for contractors, construction contractors, but this first phase is basic infrastructure, which any businesses can participate in. Then our phase 2 is our, our course, or a customized prep course for those individuals who are looking to sit for the Mississippi Certificate of Responsibility, which we call the contractor's license. So that's a 4-hour course that we provide to assist people. It's kind of like a prep, like the ACT prep courses. Well, this is kind of like a course, but it's just focused on those individual contractors who want to set and receive their licenses. Phase 3 is just a deeper dive, another 8-week cohort or online classes, focusing heavily into the construction management. You'll see that we include things like OSHA safety and training, and a deeper dive in construction management and construction contracting, as well as estimating and bidding. So I know I'm going through a lot of stuff real fast. I hope I'm doing okay. I know Tracy will send me a message maybe if I need to round it up, but I only have just a few more things to say. Our procurement technical assistance centers, like I mentioned before, are located around the state of Mississippi. And of course, this is where that $900 million worth of contracting assistance to our small businesses, the brunt of it was through the procurement technical assistance programs. So we're connecting our Mississippi small businesses with contracting opportunities through the federal government, through local, and as well as large industries. And we've been doing that in the state since 1998. The brunt of what we do is help our businesses identify those contracts, compete for those contracts through education and training, and technical assistance, and hopefully win government contracts that creates jobs for Mississippians and creates income and better, economic development for your communities. So for 2020, we've assisted over 1,500 businesses across the state. Of course, we've conducted numerous seminars and provided numerous hours in counseling. And again, there are over 20,000 contracts, government prime and subcontracts, that are included in that $900 million, which equated to over 5,000 jobs in 2020 that were created or saved. So these are the locations for our procurement technical assistance centers. And of course, you'll see our program office is our Jackson office, and our South Mississippi office, which they've moved their location. I guess I need to update this screen. But you all may be familiar with Tina Taylor, who is the director for the South Mississippi Contract Procurement Center, and her contact information is there. So, and of course, if you want any of those assistance provided by the contract procurement centers, please visit our website at mscpc.com and complete a client application. And if that fails, please just call our office at 601-359-3448, and someone will direct you and assist you. One other business registry that I'd like to, which is a part of our initiative for increasing participation among minority and women-owned businesses in the state, is our MMBR registry. You do not have to be certified. If you're not interested in certifying your business, and you have a business that you're interested in seeking contracts with state government. This is the database that we provide to our state procurement offices. When they're inquiring, they're able to access this database online when they're looking for participation or if they're looking for a minority or a woman-owned business for a specific contracting opportunities. So if you are, if you're interested in growing your business and doing more business with the state, please do register at mmbr.org. It's a one-page application, very simple process. A few upcoming events. We are conducting our phase 3 advanced construction management program. It will be ending March 16th. This is the 8-week course. It is being done virtually. On the 23rd of this month, we're conducting a doing business with the federal government, GSA customer engagement virtual training. You'll learn how to register your business with General Service Administration. If you're interested in that, you can go to the MSCPC website as well. And then with our business development, we are doing a business resource that very next day, virtual as well. And our partners with that is Renaissance, Community Bank, SBA, and FDIC. Here is our contact information. Our website, mississippi.org, if you're interested in becoming certified. Going to stop sharing my screen here, and hope I didn't go on too long, but I was trying to go really fast.
You did great. That's a lot of good information. And obviously there's no way to cover it all in depth in 40 minutes, 30 minutes. So, but I appreciate what you did. And I did go ahead and put some of your links in the chat if you want to check those out, participants, as well as I've failed to mention I've got some of our upcoming events in there. But and if you've got questions, please use the Q&A tool down at the bottom. If you hover on your screen, it'll pop up. Just go ahead and pop in your question there. And I'm gonna give you just a minute to do that. And while I do that, I'm gonna share some information with you here on what we have going coming up, and that is with our small business grants that are opening March 23rd. Adele, you still with us? Would you like to talk about some of this?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Chamber has a variety of small business grants that we offer, and they're all going to open on March the 23rd. And as you can see on the screen, you'll see the Biloxi Chamber offers grants, Gulfport, Long Beach, and Pass Christian. So of those, you can just apply for one of those in one city. But you could also, any small business that's eligible could also apply for the WE grant, which is our women-owned business grant. Our military One Coast grant is for a veteran-owned business. And then the newest opportunities that we have that we're so excited about, Mississippi Power provided funding for a Shine a Light minority small business grants that we'll have open this year. And we have a really nice pot of money there. We have $16,000. So those are up to $1,000 grants. We can do 16 of those. The others, most of them are going to be, the grants are going to cap at $500 to $1,000. But if someone fit some of those other categories you see on the WE, the Shine a Light, or the minority, they can apply for multiple ones of those. The grant applications are not, really hard to fill out. They're pretty short. but we do provide some basic information, and the deadline is the deadline. We always have people who submit a little late, and we're not able to take those. But this is an opportunity for our chamber members to really take advantage of some funds that come back right into their business. So if you're not a chamber member and you're interested in those, you do have to be a member to be considered. Also, Tracy put some information up about Balch Business Boost. And this is a program with Balch & Bingham, which is a law firm here locally throughout the state, and they have offices in a variety of places. You might want to look at this. This is to provide some low cost and free legal services to help small businesses. These are women-owned and minority small businesses. So take a look at that. You just fill out an application, you get that into them, they'll give you a ring, and legal work can get really expensive. And so if you're looking to purchase a building, or you have a lease you want somebody to look over, or you have some issues, certainly you could consider that. It's really a great tool. A few other things I'd mention just quickly while we're waiting on questions, and I'll let y'all get back to those. Tracy put some upcoming events. Tomorrow we have an event called Ask the Experts, Show Me the Money, the Restaurant Resources Edition. Due to COVID, we're just seeing so many of our local small restaurants really suffer. And so we want to make sure they understand what resources are available to them. So we'll have John Prentice with Pilts, William & LaRosa talking a little bit about the PPP program and the specific things that are available for restaurants, which is really something that can be very worthwhile for folks if they're not utilizing that. We'll also have a local restaurant, Murky Waters, talking about how they have sort of navigated the process of taking advantage of these resources. Susan Perkins from the Restaurant and Beverage Association will be on talking about their services. We're partnering with them on this event. So we may not have any restaurants on this program today, but I guarantee restaurants, people who work at restaurants, restaurants you frequent. You might want to pass this on to them if you want to copy the link, if you want to go to our calendar, if you want to, if you need the information, get with us and we can email it to you. We just really want to do everything that we can from the chamber standpoint to keep those local restaurants. That's where we go for those special occasions. That's where we go. We just want a fix of local cuisine. Those are the places we go. Certainly the chain restaurants are great, and we all love those as well. But we really want to keep those local businesses as strong as we possibly can. I think a few other things in there that we have coming up. An eco vibe about the Mississippi Lottery and how is that going. And then she's got her Gulfport reports coming up with an update on education on March the 17th. We also have, I'll just mention one other, on March the 5th. We have which is our Women Educating, Enriching, and Engaging Leadership During a Crisis. From Singing River Health Systems, we have Georgia Story and Tiffany Murdoch talking about that. And of course, they've been through a lot, and love to hear their story about how they've navigated that as well. And then finally, I put a link, it's a little further up in the chat. We currently have a survey going on where we're asking businesses or people, you don't have to be a chamber member to complete a survey. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes. We've given you the link to tell us what you're looking for, what your needs are, so that the chamber over the next 5 years, as we're redoing our strategic plan, can make sure that we're meeting your needs and offer benefits that will be helpful to you. So that's it, Tracy. Let's take some questions.
Yeah, we've got a handful of questions here, Carol. First one is, can you provide info about the 8A program? I know that is through the SBA, but you may have info.
Sure, that is SBA contractor development program, and it is a 7-year business development type program. It is similar to our certification program. You'll have this similar documentation and that you will need to apply for the program. However, If you are interested and if you need assistance with 8A certification, please do go through our procurement technical assistance offices, and they are trained and will assist you with applying for the 8A program. So go to visit one of the technical assistance offices and tell them that you're interested, and they will provide you that hands-on assistance that you need to apply.
And real quick, that was the office in Biloxi you said has moved?
Yes, they moved, and I'm drawing a blank on the new address. They moved during COVID and when everything was topsy-turvy, and unfortunately, I haven't been down there, but they have moved.
I can jump in real quick. This is Adele. They're still working virtually, but my understanding, I think they're moving in here to the Night Nonprofit Center where the chamber is located. I don't know that they're here yet because they're still working virtually. So I'll find their information and we can throw it up in here. But it's the Small Business Development Center here on the Gulf Coast, and we'll throw it up for folks, or if you have a question, you can give us a call and we'll give you that information.
That is correct. Thank you so much. It's the Night Nonprofit. When you said that, I was like, okay, that's it.
Thanks, Adele. Okay, here's another question. About how long does it take to get certified?
Oh, really, it depends on if you have all of your business documents together, because you will need several business documents. If you filed your taxes, your 3-year taxes, you're going to need that. You're going to need your business license if business license is required. So if you have all of your business documents together, it typically only takes, now that everything is online, a week. If our certifying officer can go in there and click off and approve all of those documents that you have, it's a week to 2 weeks if there are no questions.
Okay, and I do see, I did put up that Mississippi.org/services/minority takes you right to the hub where you start that application process, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. Here's another question. If my business becomes certified, either as minority and or woman-owned business enterprise, will I have to renew it at some point? If so, how long?
Well, the certification is a 3-year certification, but every year you have to do a research, just saying that no information has changed within that year.
Okay. And then once my business is certified, how do agencies or other companies find me other than my own marketing?
Well, what we do, which is a part of us being the advocate for minority and women-owned businesses, we have that MMBR. We integrate those 2 databases, which is our certification database and our MMBR database. And we promote these databases to agencies as well as industries who contact our office. And when they ask for businesses who may provide certain services, then we can pull from those databases. They can also access this database online and just go through it and seek out any small minority or woman-owned businesses that's registered in that database. Now, so we have 3 databases of businesses, which is our MMBR, which is our minority database, as well as that you don't have to be certified. Then we have a certification database, as well as we have our procurement database. So with all of these databases combined, there are over 3,000 or so minority and women-owned businesses. So any of these buying offices can reach out to us. They can access them online. But if you're not in those databases, then we can't promote your business. So we ask that if we don't know about you, then you let us know who you are so that we can promote your business to buying offices all over the state.
I think that is
outside the state, because we have quite a few industries who are doing business inside the state, and they have requirements to do business with minority and women-owned business. And they reach out to our office. We send them a sourcing document, or we provide them access to the websites.
That is such a great point. And I do have somewhat of a testimony of a chamber member. And since I don't know specifically if she was certified or in the MMBR, but she credits being able to survive COVID because she was able to pivot her restaurant catering to a government contract on one of our local bases of providing food to servicemen who were in shutdown. So it worked hand in hand, but it was that connection. And like I said, it's a great wrap up of here at the Chamber. Our mission is to connect, inform, advocate, and develop. And connecting with you, Carol Harris, and MDA's Division of Minority and Small Business, I feel like I just want to encourage any of our small businesses to reach out and take that step to make that connection. And I think that doors will open. So
please do. We have numerous businesses who have been able to grow their business through some of the programs that we provide and just some of the information that we provide. And I always say, you don't know what you don't know. And when you find out, you do better. So please do reach out to us and we'll be happy to assist. Thank you so much, Tracy and Adele, for giving me this opportunity to speak with you all, to provide our services, and just encourage everyone to keep going.
Thank you, Carol, so much. And once again, let me say thank you also to our sponsors again, Singing River Health System, Hancock Whitney, and Mississippi Power was a sponsor of today's event as well. And we just appreciate you so much. Again, everything that you do, not only for the Chamber, but in the community as well, and supporting our minority and small businesses. So with that, I'm going to say, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, stay warm, and go out and have a great Chamber Day. Thank you, everyone.